Okay, let's talk about if you have like a skeleton HTML and CSS file, or if you already have coded and you want to create like a small CSS, if you're needing that, how you can take files that already exist and just copy them. And we'll specifically look at copying a CSS file. So what I'm going to do is just share my screen here, the entire screen. Let's let that load up. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Oh, sorry about that. So what we'll do, I need to get to my desktop actually, so we don't really need the web. What we do need up is kind of a minimized Sublime text, and then I know that we're working on this happy birthday project. Let me find that. Okay, there it is. So let's pretend, unlike maybe your desktop, you have a better organized desktop than I do. So we've got this happy birthday project, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and drop that into my Sublime text. And I can see, the CSS and all this good stuff. I'm gonna show two ways that you could take your style CSS or, any other CSS and copy that. Let's first look inside the folder to copy. So inside the folder that's on my desktop, I've got CSS. I'll open it, and then I'll just go and right mouse click on style, and I'll do a copy, and then I'll do a paste. And when you get this new style, it says style dash copy, and maybe you're thinking like, oh, that didn't work, let me try it again. And you copy it, and then you paste it. Where am I? Send to copy. Okay, so copy. I don't know why that didn't copy. And then, oh, I know why that keeps happening, because I didn't give it a space to paste it. Now I've got like all these style copy things, and it just doesn't seem to make any sense. If I wanted to get rid of them and just kind of go back to the start, well, pardon me. If I wanted to get rid of them, I can just, again, right mouse click and I can cut. Or can I? I can right mouse click and I can delete. And then I'll right mouse click and delete. I know sometimes when you copy it over, you think, oh, that's wrong. That doesn't have the name that I wanted. But let's try this again. Look at my folder and then look at inside of Sublime text, because they're going to be on the same page. Let's say this time I copy, and this time I paste it into space. I have style dash copy CSS, and you're thinking that's not the name I want to call this. So I'm going to right mouse click on that, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a rename. And I'm going to call this small.css, and then I'm going to hit enter. And when I do that, now I've got a style, and then I have a small.css, and I have a reset CSS. Oh, you know what? And now I'm looking at this. You don't need to call it small.css. It's already inheriting, or it knows that it's the CSS file. So I actually, unfortunately, have to delete this. Let's see. I did select it. I need to delete this. And now I need to, again, copy, paste. And again, I have this problem because over here in Sublime text, and then here I have style dash copy. That's not going to work. What I need is to actually say, if I rename it, for the case of our project, it's small. And now that I've done that, I've got a reset small and style. And over here, I have a reset.css, small.css, and style.css. So that's one way of doing it. So you can leave it like this. Do not delete this if you've done it like this. But I'm just going to show another option. Do not use both of the options I'm about to show. Use one. So use the one that I just showed here, or the one I'm going to show next. Do not do this unless you want to just try to do this a different way. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my small by deleting it. And again, the method I just showed you works fine, but you can do this as well. So what I'm going to do is, with my CSS inside Sublime Text, I'm going to click, and I'm going to right mouse click on the CSS, and I'm going to go new file, and then I'm going to write the words small dot CSS, sorry, CSS, and then I'm going to go up to my file, and then I'm going to save. And now it's going to pop up with a box that says, ooh, do you want to save this as a small? And then it's inherently a Cascadian style sheet, CSS. When I click save, all of a sudden I have a small CSS. Then I can take that out, and then I can put in whatever I need to, like a body 100%, etc. I'll just make sure that that's saved by hitting Control S. Again, I do Control S and I make sure that's saved. So there's two ways that you can create a new CSS file that I've shown you there. So let me jump back to Hangout real quick. Hopefully that helps. Definitely send me a message or let me know if it doesn't. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. One of those two ways will definitely work. Eliminate all files you do not need out of your folder. You can also eliminate them from your Sublime project as well by removing it from the project. Let me real quickly share my screen and show you how to take any kind of extra stuff out of Sublime that you think is a hindrance and is an unnecessary file. So let me jump to my Sublime text. So let's pretend I had an extra small CSS or copy style or something. I can click on it, I can right mouse click it, and then I can delete the file. Again, do not do this, just if it's an extra file that you inadvertently created that you do not want. You can just delete the file and it will take it right out of there. So that is only if you have an extra file that you don't need in the project. Do not do that with the small .css if you just created. It's just like if you inadvertently created some ones that you didn't need just while trialing and erroring and trying to make a copy of your CSS file. So there's how you take it out of Sublime text. Hopefully this all helps. Thanks.